Hey there, fight fans. Today in this video,
Colby Covington's your next champ. This is an easy fight for Colby.
who would have thought that the era of the Nigerian nightmare is over? British fighter Leon Edwards entered the octagon for the first time in his career as the current UFC welterweight champion, and he's still left with the belt wrapped around his waist, defeating Kamaru Usman for the second time in a row. Now, despite the crushing disappointment in the last meeting, Usman was the favorite among bookies and analysts, but alas, they were wrong. But Khabib Nurmagomedov, he was right. He used to say that athletes do not return the same after experiencing a knockout like that. And well, he's accurate. Also in this video, with the victory over Usman, many opportunities have now opened up for Nigerian Nightmare's former rivals. Lightweight champion Islam Makhachev said he wants to fight Edwards at UFC 294, which will be held on October 21st in Abu Dhabi. Because Makhachev set his sights on the extraordinary achievement that no one else in the UFC has yet achieved, becoming a 3-time UFC champion in 3 different weight classes. Yes, you heard that right, a 3-time UFC champion. And then at the end of this video, as it has already become known, Dana White named Colby Covington as the next contender for the title versus Leon Edwards. However, some fighters expressed some dissatisfaction with Dana White's decision to give Colby Covington that title shot, so we're going to see what's going on there. So, as always, the video is going to be super interesting. All we ask of you is to please like the video and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. There are already almost 50,000 of us, and it's just a little bit left to hit that 50,000 mark, so thank you very much in advance. Now, Kamaru Usman, despite the fact that he was eager to take revenge on Leon Edwards, he still lost. Many fans noticed that Usman didn't look like himself. Even in his element on the ground, he could not find ways to keep the champ down. Even at the weigh-in, fans were surprised to see the poor condition of Usman's knees. Before the fight, many said that Usman could end his career strictly due to knee problems. But despite all of that, Usman, driven by that animalistic desire to win, went into the fight, demonstrating a thirst for revenge after his last defeat. But nevertheless, Edwards displayed mastery in choosing his own tactics of warfare, which even Usman himself later admitted. The fighters put on a crazy fight that lasted all 5 rounds, but Edwards emerged as the winner by decision victory. 2 judges scored the fight 48-46 in favor of Edwards, while the 3rd judge scored it a draw at 47-47, but if you remember, Edwards was deducted a point. It was a well-deserved victory for the champ, and it seems like the era of Usman is officially over. He obviously will not be getting another chance, and it is likely that this does mark the end of the Nigerian Nightmare's career. This is what happens in life sometimes. I mean, Usman almost won their first rematch, but one last-minute mistake cost him everything. Now, there would definitely not be any more trilogies, and he would continue to reign further. As they say, he believed too much in his own greatness. But thanks to Edwards' victory over Usman, the division has come to life, and many opportunities have opened up for Usman's former opponents as well. Colby Covington is a strong contender for the next title shot. Belal Muhammad and Khamzat Chimaev should not be ruled out either. For instance, Khamzat Chimaev looks to set aside his middleweight aspirations to fight Leon Edwards, posting, "My prey, everyone else should not interfere." Easy money, he added, tagging Edwards, and leaving no doubt as to what he was referring to. Now, however, the UFC leadership does not see Khamzat as a contender for the welterweight title. Dana White announced at the last press conference that Borza's move to the middleweight division is a done deal, at least for his next fight. And as a result, it is unlikely that White will allow Borz to compete for the welterweight title. Now, MMA fans should be pleased with the news of Borza's move to the middleweight division, as hopefully the Chechen Swede will not have to worry too much about a weight cut again by competing in a division that suits him better. Here is a possible corrected sentence. Let's not forget about Gilbert Burns, Shavkat Rakhmonov, and lightweight champ Islam Makhachev. For the Russian fighter, this is a historic opportunity to become a 2-weight champ, and Makhachev should not miss it. Immediately after Edwards' victory, Makhachev declared that he wants to fight Leon next in October in Abu Dhabi. He made this announcement on social media, but would Edwards himself be willing to take that risk? Now, it is already clear that Makhachev is setting his sights on a remarkable achievement that only a select few fighters have accomplished. The likes of Conor McGregor, Daniel Cormier, and Henry Cejudo have all become double champions. Perhaps Dana is deliberately trying to dissuade Makhachev from aiming at the division of Usman and Edwards, and all because, judging by that last title, Leon is unlikely to hold out against Islam for long. I mean, let's be honest, Edwards looked hopeless in the fight, and in one of the moments, if you remember, he had to save himself from Kamaru at all costs of a lost point. But not all of that will work against Makhachev, and everything will end after Edwards makes his first mistake. So Makhachev should be insisting on a fight with Edwards and seize this opportunity to make history by becoming double champ. If successful, he could even aim to break the record and become a 3-weight champ, a feat that has never been achieved in the UFC before. Now, all of that, it is possible. But UFC President Dana White has some other plans. He has already announced that the promotional welterweight champ, Leon Edwards, will be making his next title defense against Colby Covington. But Leon Edwards himself refuses to fight Colby Covington and instead wants to fight Jorge Masvidal, saying, "Covington didn't fight for a year and a half or 2 years. Let him return to Miami. I really don't understand what's the point. He did not fight. He sat out without being injured. I don't understand how he slipped when there were fighters in the division who fought actively and regularly. If Masvidal can beat Burns, it would make more sense from a profit standpoint to fight him. I can't stand him and I owe him a favor. So if he starts asking for a title shot, I can give him that opportunity," Edwards stated at a press conference. So fans of combat sports are eagerly awaiting the next big event where they can witness some crazy fights between Leon Edwards versus Colby Covington, or maybe even Edwards versus Makhachev. Or another great fight of Edwards versus Masvidal. But what about you? Which fight would you like to see more? Please share your thoughts down in the comments below, and that is all for today. If you liked the video, don't forget to like and subscribe to that channel because, again, there are already almost 50,000 of us, just a little bit left, so thank you very much in advance.